Okay, next on our demo list, we're going to play Kindred Snowbound. Let's go ahead and start. This game had me excited because it kind of like Slay the Princess a little bit, but it's going to be completely different. Sunlight is yet to peek over the horizon. A thick fog settles over a small settlement hidden deep within a valley embraced by mountains. How do I go to the next line of dialogue? Okay, alright, spacebar. There are quiet chirps ringing into the faded night. Crickets make way for birds who are just beginning to wake. The darkness is yielding to light, and at last, morning comes. It's a day like any other in your quaint little village. The humming of birds can be heard outside, filling the air with a peaceful sort of serenity. It's too early to start the day, but you're too restless to keep lying around in bed. It's time to get up. Stifling a yawn, you let your feet dangle to the cold ground with a satisfying stretch. The outside is strangely silent. The usual chatter of your neighbors and their parading children replaced with the ambiance of slowly waking nature. Your siblings are fast asleep in the living room while you're home, one of them snoring away at a ridiculous volume that somehow fails to wake the others. That sounds pretty accurate, low-key. You suppose you've learned to sleep through it too. The familiar darkness of your living room greets you, and you stare sleepily at the figures coated in shadow, gradually being lit by rays of twinkling sunlight. Oh! Oh, I get to make choices? Oh. Which one of these intrigues me more? Honestly, the rug on the wall. Investigate the rug on the wall. The classic Soviet rug on the wall is intricately woven and beautifully decorated like so many others of its style. It's a beloved piece of furniture, one passed down by many generations until eventually being given to you. You've kept it clean for years now, living on your own with your 3 siblings. The responsibility falls on all of you to keep it in good shape and to preserve what's almost become your family's heirloom. Okay. The bowl of sweets. A glimmering bowl of sweets catches your attention, and you dreamily think of the contents inside. You decide to share the candies with your siblings, all of you pulling together your finds into said bowl. Your favorite by far have been the caramels. Your youngest sibling managed to connect from the various neighbors with her silver tongue. Let's go. You think of popping one into your mouth now, but rethink the decision at the sound of your stomach rumbling. Sweets won't do your hunger any real good. That's actually very accurate there. But I guess depending on how many you eat. You know, Snickers are... They have commercials for this for a reason, you know? Like, how I want to investigate the siblings last. So I want to do the well-worn bow on the wall. As undoubtedly the best shot in the village, you've taken time to try to teach your siblings the art of archery. However, even your professional aim is enough to earn 1 hour of practice as a family. 1 hour of practice as a family without some kind of roughhousing. You become to accept when the lesson falls apart and the arrows start flying without rhythm or without rhyme or reason. Despite that, you've continued your practice monthly. If anything, is to keep your title. So I have a title. Sick. Okay. Chat, 1, 2, or 3. What are you guys thinking, peoples? My lovely fam. Pick number 2, my lord. Alright, say less. Alright, we're going to investigate the second sleeping figure. With feet far too long for the bed sticking out of the sheets on the other end of the mattress, Season. I want to call him Season so bad. Season is stretched out and snoring as loud as ever. With just 1 over 4-year age gap between you and him, that makes him the second oldest of the family. Regardless of age, he's undisputedly holds the title for the most mature. Okay. You immediately recall a time when, despite you and your three siblings being caught in the rain and quickly becoming soaked, he stayed calm in the midst of your bickering and led you back to safety. You can't help but look up to your brother in that way. He's always a beacon of calm and a source of peace. I like that. I like that. All right. 3? Okay, 3 was next on the list. 3, here we go. This lump hidden underneath tangled bedsheets is Zara. As the youngest in the family, taken from the village nearby that burnt to the ground under mysterious circumstances, she's known for being a bit troublesome and the best manipulator. Okay, so she's manipulative and... okay, noted. Despite her innocent look in her young age, just about 10 years old as of a few months ago, she is deceptively coy and is a testament to her intelligence. Okay. You can't help but be proud of her, even if catching her in a lie is getting harder by the week. The important thing is she never hurts anyone. Okay. Tricking an old neighbor into forking up more than one... Okay. What? What is that? Parazok? I don't know what that is. I kind of want to Google it. Parazok. Parazic? Sorry, I'm Googling it. I think it's a made-up thing. It's a Russian... Oh, it's a Russian dish. It's like a meat pie almost. Full-size pie. It's like a little meat bun, but it's filled with, I think, potato? What is it filled with? Yeah, boat-shaped buns filled with a variety of different fillings. So it could be filled with, like, literally anything. It's a yeast bun that's filled with, like, different things. Oh, that's pretty sick. Oh, that sounds pretty good. Okay. More than one Parazok isn't a crime, in your humble opinion. She is also the biggest believer in the supernatural. You've lost count of how many times she's boasted about seeing monsters and devilish creatures parading the nearby forest. Each time she brings it up is an occasion to roll your eyes and smile, but you can't help but wonder what perpetuated such outlandish beliefs in this young girl. Alright, and last but not least, investigate the first sleeping figure. You identify the sleeping lump of cloth as Mary. She is the oldest of the family, around 6 years older than you, okay? She is bundled up tightly, being the most susceptible to cold in the winter months. Her face is comically scrunched up, as if in argument even in her dreams. That's actually... I know people like that. I know people who sleep and look angry while they're sleeping. And I'm like, why do you look mad when you're sleeping? I don't get it. She's the most short-tempered of the family, but on the flip side of the same coin, also the most exuberant and brave. Never afraid to stand for what's right, you fondly recall the time she challenged a boy twice her size to fight over some stolen bread. If memory serves you right, she won. The stuffiness of the inside convinces you to get some fresh air. Let's do it. Your mind strays to the outside once more, and with a quick sigh, you reach for a nearby notepad, tearing off a sheet before hastily scratching down a note. Going to gather some mushrooms in the forest. Be back soon. Your hand hovers over the bottom of the note, ready to sign it. How will you sign the note? Kovu. Love you. Love yo. Kovu love yo. You know what? Kovu illy. There we go. Kovu illy. You write quickly, eagerly ripping the sheet off and hastily clipping it to the wall. With nothing more than a glance in the direction of your sleeping siblings, you quickly leave through the front door. The village is coated in a thick fog. A burst of cold from the outside immediately sends a shiver through you, causing you to reposition the shawl draped around your shoulders to better hide your face. The outside is eerily quiet, a sense of calm coating the dormant, lightless building and empty fields. It paints a picture of perfect tranquility, allowing you to deep breathe. Wait, allowing you a deep breath in and out to take in the ephemeral silence of the morning. Faint snowfall coats the already white ground, tiny pieces of dirt and grass visible underneath the thick pillows of white. Soon enough, the village will wake, and the calm will erupt in the casual cacophony. Dude, I'm learning so many new words today. Soon enough, the villagers will wake, and the calm will erupt into the usual cacophony of yelling and laughter. Children bursting through front doors into intricately cared for gardens. Parents yelling out in irritation, siblings fighting for who gets to wear what that day. The thought brings a small grin to your face. You, however, think you prefer the peace and quiet of dawn. I can honestly relate to this character a lot, dude. I love some peace and quiet in the morning, man. Some peace and quiet, some low little like bird chirpies. Like, I'm okay with that. I don't have to like wake up to like just chaos. It is on the outskirts of the village did you first hear the rumbling. The rumbling? A violent shaking of the ground stops you in your tracks, an uneasy glance downward, accompanied by your arms raised in anticipation and wariness. The distant boom has you raising your eyes to the tree line. A nearby deafening squawking of crows takes flight, piercing the silence. Oh, the sound design is so good! Oh, the sound design is so good! You feel your heart jump in your chest at the unusual noise. Something must have startled them. You eye the forest just ahead with a bated breath. Zar's eager small voice comes to mind, retelling tales of monsters and beasts too bizarre for the human mind to comprehend lurking in the forest edge. They're just fairy tales, you remind yourself. Suddenly, though, the tranquil silence of the fog feels wrong. The serenity engulfing you turns heavy, weighing on you as potently as dread. There's a strange eeriness to the seemingly peaceful morning. You think about returning home empty-handed. Alas, the urge to treat your siblings with some fresh mushrooms is overwhelming. You persevere, curiosity quickly overtaking the unease building in your gut. Taking a beat to collect your courage, you shake off the feeling of wrongness and confidently take another step forward towards the darkness of the tree line. You can hear the swaying leaves above you, an ambience of branches dancing in a faint wind filling your ears. It is almost as if the forest beckons you forward, waving you into the darkness. The usually welcome sight now fills you with a creeping sense of nervousness. You can't help but shake the feeling that something this morning doesn't feel right. As if to answer your own building anxiety, a much louder tremor nearby sends you to the ground, barely able to hold your balance. You are now frozen in place. Not too far behind you, just over the hill whence you came, a commotion is brewing. It is not the waking of village folk and children. It is screaming. Your innocent venture into the woods is now all but a faraway dream. The true fright has taken hold of you. Your heart is in your throat, your eyes wide and constricted with terror. Rational thought beckons you into the brush, away from the noise of the village. The thought of your sleeping siblings crushes your instinct to flee, and you are left at a crossroads. The screaming is getting louder. Ooh. Do we flee into the forest, or do we run back to the village? Dude, I don't know why. I'm also going to save really quick. I'm going to save. When I saw this game, I was like, it's giving me Slay the Princess vibes. It's giving me Scarlet Hollow vibes. This game is giving me all those vibes that I like. I like both of those games. Those games were so good. This game is called, let me pull it up again. This demo is called Kindred Snowbound, is what it's called. Kindred Snowbound. Here, I'll type it into the chat just so you can see it. And I will also link the store page for this one, just in case that also helps. Copy page URL, and boom. If you guys are interested in this game, there it is right there. I'm going to keep playing though. So return. My heart of hearts is telling me to go back to the village to see if I can possibly save someone, dude. To see if I can just possibly save anybody. So I'm going to run back to the village. Here we go. All sense of self-preservation flies out the window as the thought of your siblings lying helpless in their beds. Your feet begin to take leaps in the direction of the growing cacophony without your command. And you try your best to inhale lungfuls of freezing air to keep up the pace. You have a petrifying feeling that something has gone terribly wrong and you need to get back home. You haven't run like this since you were a small child, chasing after Mary, Season, and Zara across the gardens of your dacha. You become keenly aware of the trails of smoke rising into the sky, no doubt originating from the houses you've left not even 5 minutes ago. The sounds of gunfire and yelling are getting closer, and you feel nausea blinding your gut, festering and choking. It mixes with your anxiety, a concoction of fright that pushes you to run faster than you ever have before. Part of you doesn't want to see what's over the hill. At last, your legs stumble over the precipice, and the village comes into view. You freeze at the sight. Unfamiliar black figures are overtaking homes, spreading their bouts of gunfire left and right with no regard for human life, like ants overtaking a sweet left unattended on a counter. They swarm your home with weapons ablaze and masks glinting menacingly in the morning light. Bodies lay unmoving underneath collapsed foundations, blood seeping into perfect white snow beneath, tainting it an ugly shade of red. Innocent men and women are overrun by men pointing guns at their foreheads, ready to end their lives in the blink of an eye. In your state of shock, something in the distance barely manages to catch your eye. A flicker of flames licking the most untouched cabin that you exited this morning rages, and you observe it with a bated breath. Just behind the back wall, huddled together in fear, are the petrified faces of your siblings. Okay, so we know they're still alive, alongside a few other villagers. Zara's face is strangely blank, as if not living in the moment at all. You finally recall the young girl's village that burned down not long ago. It's obvious now what truly happened to her. Before you can make another move, a stray bullet snaps you out of your trance and into a run. But before you can bolt in the direction of your huddling figures, a man clad in black armor blocks your way. Scrambling backwards, you take off in the opposite direction, peeking behind you, only to see the figures huddled behind the building are retreating quietly into the nearby brush. You pray for their safety, and your own. Stumbling in your fright, you nearly smash into the snow before regaining your balance and sprinting towards the same woods you had decided to venture into earlier that morning. That life seems like a faraway fantasy now, a daydream that never happened and never will again. However, with the pulsing feeling of pain shooting through your overused feet and the icy cold air piercing your lungs, you know it can't be a nightmare. You faintly hear gruff voices yell commands in languages you do and don't recognize. A pair of footsteps follow in tandem with your own. You don't bother looking back to see if you're being followed. With the flip of a coin, you feel you might be alive or dead within the next few moments. That's crazy. Sorry, this is kind of intense right now. Okay. Whew. With a flip of a coin, you feel you might be alive or dead within the next few moments. As your eyes catch the tree line of the nearby woods, you decide you're not going to let yourself get killed. If you're wrong, you won't be alive to know it. You grit your teeth and push forward with all your might. The forest follows you whole and everything goes dark. It feels like weeks now. You've been stumbling blindly through the snow-covered forest, legs leaving trails of uneven tracks in your wake, a testament to your mounting exhaustion. You don't know how much longer you can take it, this mindless wandering. With only the faintest feeling of hope that your family is safe edging you forward, you know you have to survive for their sake, to reunite with them. If that is, they managed to survive the attack. The subtlest sound of snapping twigs catches your attention. Before you are able to hide, a hulking figure suddenly appears before you, blocking your path with something raised above it. You let an involuntary cry as you fall back into the snow, scrambling on your hands and feet to make distance between you and it. In your adrenaline-filled panic, you're able to make out a silhouette of a man holding a curved axe above his head, the tip of the metal glinting in a faint light. You're too petrified to even say a word, realizing that fate has once again surrendered your life to the mercy of a coin flip. When the hulking figure doesn't move, and only the quiet sound of a distant whistling wind and soft snow fall permeates the air, you dare let out a breath. The axe wavers above the man, ultimately slowly lowering into the snow. You meet the hidden eyes of the figure. They are barely visible under the thick scarf wrapped heavily around the lower face. His hair hidden underneath a puffy ushanka? His eyes are strangely dark, almost black in the faint light that tiny pinpricks of white staring you down at. His eyes are strangely dark, almost black in the faint light with tiny pinpricks of white staring down at you. Then, inexplicably, one now ungloved hand reaches in your direction, palm facing the heavens. You eye it with trepidation. That's a good word. That's a really good word there. I like that word a lot. You eye with trepidation, your own and unconsciously reaching forward to tremble just out of reach. Whoa. Do I take it or do I leave it hanging? I don't know why the eyeball is doing some craziness right now. But I feel like if he put the axe down and he's not trying to hurt me, I think I take it. Dude, this reminds me of, okay. I'm gonna bring up that whole argument that people were talking about. Like it was like a TikTok thing where they were like, yeah, if you were like in the forest alone, would you rather like bump into a man or a bear? That whole thing. I love one person's perspective on it because the lady was like, okay, think about it in the scenario that you're currently alone and you already feel like you're in danger. Which one would you want to bump into? And she was like, oh, the man for sure. Because if I'm already in danger, the bear's not going to help me. like it's one of those. I'm like, okay. That's what I'm kind of feeling right now. I'm like, oh, dude. Okay, we'll take it. Let's do it. You gently lay your hand onto the palm and feel firm fingers take hold of you, pulling your body forward. In the blink of an eye, you suddenly feel weightlessness. Your eyes roll into the back of your head. You feel two firm hands grasp you right before your consciousness fades completely. Wait, so we locked hands and I passed out? The fuck? What just happened? Once again, darkness embraces you. You wake to the sound of clinking metal. I'm going to save really quick. I'm going to save again. I'm going to save. I'm going to save here this time. All right. Thank you for playing the demo. That was the whole demo? That was the whole demo? Dude. You know what? I can't actually say that I'm mad. Because I want more of the game. I think that's the point of a demo, though. The demo is to make you want more of the game. I love the storyline and what was happening so much that I want to read more and I want to play more of it. So success. Success. Good job. Good job. Good job. Well done. Well done. Dang, that was a quick one. That was like 15 minutes or something, right? Can we play this all day? Dude, I wish. The game's not even out yet. That's what said. That's the whole thing of like with Steam Next Fest. So let me see when this game is going to be released. Also, Ash, what the heck? Welcome in. I haven't seen you 5 ever. Wait, it says this game was released December 20th, 2024. Oh, okay, wait. Check out the full game. Wait a second, it's saying March 2025. Full expected release of the full game is next month, March 2025. So, potentially we can play it next month, dude. Holy crap. Add to wish list. I'm wish listing it right now. I gotta make more money so I can actually like play these. Oh my god. I love that it's like other games like this that you've played. Slay the Princess. I'm like, yep. The Stanley Parable. Yep. I played both of those. It doesn't have like a date in March. It just says the release date March 2025. So someday in March it will be released. They don't have like a specific date yet. But dude, that was probably the best game we played so far. That's the best one we played so far. Okay. I like that. I like that game a lot. Alright, let's go back here. Boom. I like that game a lot. That game was pretty sick. Alright, I'm gonna close out of it. How long did I play that game? Can I refresh? 31 minutes? It felt like 15. Feb has been the longest week ever and feels like forever. That's hilarious.